on, let me eat her pussy real quick. Sorry. Madame,
Sorry.
I'm gonna rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money. No, okay.
No.
Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine. You. No, yeah.
What's wrong with this guy?
Do that.
What is wrong with this guy?
Do that. Last year, IRL streaming took over new heights, seemingly overtaking desktop streaming as the go-to platform to get your streams off. It was a way to combine vlog content with the traditional interaction of chat that comes with the, streaming aspects of creating content, and people flocked to it in masses. And so in an attempt to make it as creative as possible, we saw a bunch of people do a bunch of different things, but that specific niche of nuisance streamers rose because of their ever so disgusting behaviors that they constantly did to the general public on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there's too many people that fall into this category to count. We have DDG, we have Deshae Frost, Kai Cenat stepped into it, but those are the more positive, and it's crazy because I'm putting Deshae Frost in that conversation of positivity, to say that they are the nuisance streamers that I'm talking about. There was that one little kid who was on the boardwalk who stole food from innocent bystanders' plates. There's obviously Jack Doherty, Johnny Somali as well, two of the worst of the worst, but Vitali has to be in this same exact conversation with these guys. Vitali is a longtime streamer who went to Kick because, Twitch's free speech stuff, which a lot of people did over the past couple years, and it's honestly backfired on them. He recently got back into people's algorithms by replicating that whole catch a pred trend that was going around last year, but he quickly wanted to do his own thing, so he ditched his whole team and went overseas to just act a damn fool.
Go let them know that the villains, they're thinking that I'm not gonna come back to the streams. I have no team to control me. I'm myself right now, and you will see. You think shaving head and pissing on their face was too much? I'm coming back ultra demon time. 1000x Plinko ball demon time. This is gonna get. Conor McGregor wants to hook left, right, done, bro. Knocked out everyone.
It looks like
bro.
something.
So nobody gonna beat my content. I'm already getting licenses to become a police officer. Well, you will see. You will see. And I'm not gonna be a racist police officer where I'm gonna be shooting black people.
I don't know if that was AI or maybe some computer glitches. The woman and Vitali looked mad scary in this. Like just their facial expressions. Just pause on their faces. They look creepy. So with just a cameraman in a dream, Vitali hopped onto a plane and took off to go across the world with his strange fascination for peds. And what's crazy is we all know that these preds that he's catching aren't necessarily real. These are fake skits. I mean, we see him with the likes of Akon doing songs and dances talking about locking him up. Like, nobody believes that that's real. But nonetheless, just like other popular IRL streamers who went across the countries, Vitali has decided to participate in some of the most outrageous public interactions known to man.
Hold on, let me eat her pussy real quick. Sorry.
He did not just do that. He did not just do that. There is no way. I'm going to open my eyes on Paul's stairs and hope that he's not doing what I'm thinking he's doing right now.
Sorry.
He deserves locking up. He needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up. Now I see why they're trying to lock him up.
No, yeah.
Leave the guy alone, bro. Bro, imagine you trying to do your job, like you're already stressed enough as this with your shit ass job, and some annoying ass, I don't know, East European guy trying to grab your hat, like goddamn, when Jake Paul grabbed flipping, was it Jake or Logan Paul grabbed Mayweather's hat, bruh. I wouldn't bother you. I was like, hey, I ain't chasing you. What does no need?
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
What? Who's he talking to?
Right?
Yes.
Why did you to shut the fuck up?
What are you gonna do?
Bro,
Hello. Hello.
bro, arrest the guy.
Hello. 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 Papa, paparazzi, you are passing twice on a paparazzi.
Why is he scared of the camera? Bro, I would slap that.
Papa, Papa.
I remember when content like that made me laugh. Gut busted on the floor, dying of laughter. I mean, literally could not control myself because I thought that harassing people in public was probably just the funniest thing ever. Similar to fart jokes or poop jokes, you know, stuff like that. But then I turned 6 years old, right? Scooby-Doo became less interesting and I decided to, you know, grow up in life. Why people think that they could just go to these foreign countries with harsher policies, stricter rules, thinking they can get away with this stuff, I have no clue. But Vitali made a stop in the Philippines that would change his life for the better, or maybe for the worse, or maybe for the better for us as a viewing audience, but for the worse for Vitali as a whole. He went there and he got himself arrested. For us as a viewing audience, but for the worse for Vitali as a whole. He went there and
he will not be deported from the Philippines, but he's set to face his charge within the country instead. He was out on 3 charges, including attempted theft. Bro, yeah. Bro.
He got himself arrested.
Prosecute his ass.
Are you Mr. Vitaly Yes. Yeah. Good evening. Okay, here's your Miranda rights.
Now, there have been so many instances of creators like Johnny Somali or Ice Poseidon or other creators going overseas, harassing people and getting into some sort of trouble. And Vitali is no different. Why he would believe so?
What's the point? Like, for the shoot content, like, the fact that you have to go to a whole different country, a third world country, no disrespect, and harass the people that live there just to make interesting content, just goes to show how boring and uninteresting you are as a person, as an individual. That's crazy. Let that sink in. You're so boring and uninteresting. Your life is boring and uninteresting that you have to go to a whole different country, bully, harass people that don't even speak the language that you speak, just to make, you know, content for your audience. That's crazy.
So I have no clue. But there have been people in the Philippines, seemingly American people or at least white people in the Philippines, locals that provide, you know, businesses and all this other stuff that were a part of the harassment, that were warning Vitali that you can't do this. This isn't where you think it is. You need to act right. You need to relax. This isn't even content, and there will potentially be consequences if you continue down this path.
Like, what happens behind the scenes when you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them? I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip them. What do you do? Exactly.
I run a software company and I provide housing for the
So you came just to talk shit, right?
I'm not talking shit.
So why
I'm
you
just asking you, why even make that content?
You can't take advice.
Genuinely.
You can't take advice.
Like, I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the fuck up, because I do whatever the fuck I want.
This guy's, bro. Look, you see his eyes? Not his.
Up for a large majority of people.
Shut the fuck up, because I do
Bro, he looks like he's on something. Definitely.
whatever the fuck I want. What are you gonna follow me?
I'm not gonna follow you.
Yo, I swear to God,
I'm trying to have
bro.
a real conversation.
And I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation with you, bro. Hey, what are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You don't have to watch people fucking with others and putting them down. You need to lift people up for a living.
And what do I do? You haven't watched my
I
vlog?
have watched your streams and you're a piece of shit. And I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of shit.
Perfect, amazing. Jesus loves you too.
Now, that guy is a little weird because he did ultimately go on to create a YouTube channel based off of the interaction that he had with Vitali. So I can only say that he's in it for the content as well. Now, some people may call me a hypocrite because I'm over here making content about Vitali in a similar manner, but nonetheless, he is in the Philippines actually white knighting for them. But what he's saying is actually justifiable. These are hardworking people who don't need to be harassed or accosted in the middle of the street. Like, what is eating the box of a mannequin or taking the hat off of a police officer? How is that in any way, shape, form, or fashion any sort of content? The only thing I have to say about these people that do walk up and try to confront these streamers when they're doing this dumbass shit is that it doesn't do anything. And honestly, the only thing that you're doing in the moment is providing content for them or potentially for yourself later down the line.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, niggas gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money.
For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a fucking sociopath. I don't give a fuck. Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a fuck.
It's amazing how on one end of the spectrum we have somebody like an iShowSpeed who is going to other countries that we are literally right now having a tariff war, a trade war with as we speak in the United States.
And like he's acting normal, iShowSpeed. Like he's on his best behavior, even though he's actually justified to actually act out, because they are being mad racist towards him. And even then, he's still not throwing hands, not cussing at anyone, like not doing something inappropriate. Even though he has all the rights to do it, like, he will be justified. If he started throwing hands at someone for when I saw the clip, someone like give him like a pack of cottons, bro. I'll have stepped out of the vehicle, would have slapped up the guy. Like, but he didn't do that.
And doing his own goodwill efforts, you know, putting his foot forward to make sure that there are at least public relations that are good for the American people, especially black people and the Chinese people. Okay. Now, he probably wants to get back over here before he gets locked out of the country. But that's another story for another day, and that's not this channel. But then on the other hand, we have somebody like a Vitali or a Johnny Somali or any of these other kick streamers that are going over to these different platforms and literally harassing the public, only furthering the divide between the public perception between Americans or black people and these other countries. But you know what? The Philippines wasn't going to stand for it, unlike a lot of these other countries who have dealt with the new streamers before coming over and terrorizing the people. They put his ass in cuffs fast as hell.
At baka doon siya ay under custody siya ng Bureau of Immigration as an undesirable alien. Ngayon, mag-uusap pa ang
The undesirable alien killed me.
Bureau of Immigration at CIDG ukol sa proseso nito. Pero sa akin paningin, at ito'y akin lamang, hindi ito'y batas yung sabi ko, ay doon muna siya mananatili sa Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility sa Muntinlupa habang siya'y nag-iintay ng paglitis sa kanya rito.
Yeah, they locked his ass up. And to put insult to injury, they said that they were not going to deport him back to his own country. They've got him in cuffs on full public display so that anybody and everybody can see that Philippines is not a country to fuck with. If you think you're going to be a
fuck
streamer,
around when you come to our country.
Now, Vitali still thinks that he's hot shit because he's playing around on camera, smiling and kissing and making all these faces. But the Philippines is dead serious about bringing him up on criminal charges for all of the things that he's done. And to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to be a slap on the wrist type situation where they drag it out, let him free. This isn't Korea or Australia where these content creators are having their way and the people are so generous that they let them off scot-free. Shouts out to B Souls, man. Your people doing what they need to do. And double applause goes out to the people of the Philippines because they're even calling for the staff that enabled Vitali to go around and harass these people.
Let me read it. After I got our say today, I'll go a second here. Here's what happened today. Some take down his stream channels, uncover the truth, also lessen his wrongdoing. Should not also forget about his pinner staff who gave him the platform to do this shit.
Also be held accountable for their actions. Vitali had to have people that could speak the native tongue, give him direction, drive, etc., to point him in the right and wrong places to be in so that he can carry out those actions.
I mean,
they're just as complicit to the actions and the discourse and the punishment as Vitali is. They're just not camera facing. I don't have any sympathy for these guys. Nobody should have sympathy for these guys. This isn't a real form of content creation. This is shock value. This is harassing people. This is literally bothering people, putting your hands on people. He's putting his hands on people in public
and
trying to get
mannequins
some sort of rise out of them. So that
actually saw the mannequin. Should I have said that? Oh, I hope YouTube don't get me for that.
ultimately he can get clicks, views, traffic, etc., etc. But as the old saying goes, if you play stupid games, you will win stupid prizes. And don't be surprised that they throw somebody like Vitali up underneath the jail. I'm not even trying to exaggerate, but especially the way that the social media cycle goes, Vitali might get multiple years for all of the harassment that he's done, whether we think it's right, wrong, left, right, whatever the case may be, and nobody will be there to vouch for him. So this could seemingly spell the end of Vitali as we know it on the internet, and I am glad, and I hope it happens to the likes of any other streamer that thinks they can just go to any other country and act dumb.
Disturb the peace, yeah, man.